Hello everyone, my name is Nathan and today it's time for another episode of City Skylines. Oh guys, today I have a really exciting episode ahead of me. The overwhelming majority of you is not only okay with the Move It mod, they desperately want me to install it. In the previous episode, I realized just how much time I'm wasting destroying and rebuilding roads. It's just a crazy amount of time that I could just spend more wisely, and that's always my principle with the mods for this series. I'm only gonna install them when I feel like I can improve the quality of the videos. The first thing we're gonna use this mod for is to fix our terrain problem. At the moment, you can see I've already attempted a few things, but nothing is really working out. What we have to do is change to one-way tracks. Essentially, we want to destroy everything up to this point. I guess we can leave that. And we want to give these lines more capacity with one-way tracks. The main track right here, we can actually keep connected since this is going directly into the harbor square, as you can see. Wait, hold on. I wonder if I should just make a crazy 5-way exchange. You know, with all one-way rails. Man, that's gonna be crazy. Wait. Let me Google such an example in real life. Okay, I see. Such a thing only really exists in City Skylines. We would need to do it in the space of approximately 60 units here. Ooh, okay, let's save the game. Oh man, I must remember to fix that, otherwise I'm in for a bad day again. Okay, here we are in the intersection asset editor. This is amazing. I've never used that so far. From the looks of it, we only have the space for 50 units in this case, but that is absolutely fine. That is the situation that I have in my save game. Now I just need to find a way to make a 5-way interchange with rails. Okay, I'm gonna be right back. Alright guys, I am back. It is now actually the next day. This is apparently what I did in the previous evening. I was then too tired, I just had to go to sleep. Today we had an emergency conference. You might or might not know that I'm a teacher in Switzerland. All the schools shut down and it seems as though everything is shutting down, everything apart from, you know, the essential stuff like the ability to get food. So that doesn't really mean holidays. We now have to somehow organize teaching the students while being home. So that's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, it's not going to be a problem for me, but it might be a problem for some of the other teachers that haven't gotten used to, you know, doing anything with computers. So right now we are kind of in a state of emergency as a country, and it's kind of crazy. It is indeed insane. I've never seen anything like it, and I'm pretty sure most of the people living here haven't either. So in case this video gets short, that is just to preserve the quality. I'm not gonna, you know, just to make a video longer, worsen the quality, which I'm doing right now because I'm talking like an idiot. But guys, it's just, I'm speechless to what's happening right now in my country. So I decided two things, namely that we're gonna combine the trains and the highway into one, and also both are just gonna be a 4-way intersection and not a 5-way, the way I wanted to start it. 5-way intersections really need big brains, and I do not have right now. So what I want to get started with right here is just laying out the tracks. We're gonna have one way into each of the 4 cardinal directions, just like with the highways. Let me do that first of all. Maybe we can just mirror it. So I started right here, and there we go. No collisions. That's great. I do have road anarchy enabled for the asset editor, but as you can see, I'm not really using it. Next 2 directions, we're gonna go up even more. This should also create a really nice bridge, if I'm not mistaken. Let's actually start, no, let's start right here and go all the way across, see if we can do this. What we have to do is just put them a little bit further outside, and there we go. It is actually possible. Oh yes, this is gonna look amazing. Maybe we don't even have to go this high. This looks like one higher than it needs to be. So if I just go up 2 little steps instead of one big one. Oh no, why do you have to do this to me? Okay, never mind. It's not high enough. It's not gonna work. That is actually working out nicely because we can already slope down at this point. We should do the same thing on the other side. Just be in a straight angle but slope down and stop, well, I guess right here before the road. Yeah, we can't go beyond the road because there's gonna be another pillar in the way. That's fine. Gonna do the exact same thing on the other side. Looks good enough, I would say. Now we get to the hardest part. What we basically want to achieve is the same thing as with the road. So I should be able to go to the right, but I should also be able to go to the left, and straight is already a given here. And then we need to do the same thing for everything. So let's assume, for instance, we go down here even more beyond the road. That might be a good measurement to go with. That means approximately at this point, I would want to move over. Now, there are pillar problems. Yeah, we cannot do pillars above roads, except we already come from this point. This might be possible. Yeah, check this out. We can just go pretty straight. This is even straighter. Yeah, let's do it like that. The rail is connecting. I would say that's working out nicely. Just go to the right. I mean, the right is easy. But what we can fix now with the Move It mod is lower this weird curve down a bit just by selecting the node and hitting the page down button or page up respectively. And there we have a much smoother slope. Let me just do that for all the 4 sides. Okay, I think I got it all. So we already covered going straight and going to the right. Now for the most difficult part, we have to hook this line up with this one here, for instance. And we have to find a solution that looks good for all 4 sides, just like with the highway. This is going to be especially difficult because for each intersection we create, there's going to be another pillar. So our best guess is to already take an intersection that has a pillar, for instance this one here, and hook it up with that one, but that is going to be literally impossible. We could also do a curve out of here, for instance, go over and then inside of that. However, if we do that for all 4 sides, is that going to be possible? Just maybe we can get the bridge going here. Come on, this should be... Yeah. It is actually possible, I don't believe it. So theoretically, all we have to do is hook this one up, okay? Fix it with the Move It mod, and then go around here, join up with you. I need to know if this is possible. Yeah, of course. Now that I already have a pillar, I cannot attach anything to it. What if we move this slightly, just so that it is perfect? Please allow me to do something. No, we're still in the way of this node. So what if I get this node out of the way, just temporarily, and then we can... the road is still in the way. Maybe I'm just gonna use anarchy for this. Or basically what I'm doing here is anarchy. But there we go, now it would be possible. So we could go ahead and set this up now, give me a good angle, and we go over here, down a bit maybe. And now all we have to do is find a connection, like so, and then use the Move It mod to fix that. Guys, this might just be working out for me. Let me go ahead and do something like that for all of the sides, and that should be the end of it. There's gonna be a lot of stuff we have to fix still. But it's going to be much less of a hassle with my new powerful tool. Alrighty, I think we've got it. The only real problem to implement properly was the left turn. That was really harsh, but right now we can go straight, we can go to the right, or we can take the left turn right there. And you can see I managed to sneak a pillar in between the roads. The way I did that was just move them a little bit out of the way with the Move It tool, then set up the pillar and then move the road back. What would be way easier is just to use the Anarchy mod. The only problem I had with that was it didn't create the pillars, but what you can do is set up a road. Let's just do that right here in the editor, actually on the ground please. And then we can find the pillar that you want, set it up right here, and then you can also move it around just with the vanilla functionality, but with the Move It tool you can, adjust it, move it up and down, etc, etc. So some of these are far from perfect, but I think I would have to mess with them a bit more. Maybe that is now much smoother, but now we have the problem here, so let's try to move that. Maybe we can go down a bit, but we cannot go down too much, otherwise it's gonna look weird if the trains don't fit beneath that. But they should technically fit here. Now we have the problem that this isn't connected anymore, so we have to make a slight turn. Yes, some of the edges we just have to live with. but let's make sure we at least adjust the extreme curves. Like this here could go down a bit. There is one of those pillars that I had to spawn in. This here is already too low. So technically, yeah, this is a really large segment here. So we might want to split it up into several nodes. This one here might be a little too extreme. Let's see what we can do with that. We either go down, but then the left slope is a bit too extreme. Now the left slope is okay, and what if we raise this just a tad? Then we're gonna get into more problems here. Yeah, I can see the issue. So why don't we move this a little bit? Yeah, that is much better. What say you? Let's just make sure we have all the connections. Yep, that's there. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. No connection. Come back. Thank you. And I guess now we're ready for the test ride. Let's freaking do this. I'm gonna save the asset. 4-way with trains. Sounds like a bad porn movie. Oh no, I forgot to delete those guys. Whoops. Good. My trains are still here. So that's the intersection that I want to exchange with my new thingamabob. Did it actually get added to my assets? New asset. Oh yes, okay, apparently I forgot to name it. So let's go ahead and get rid of all this. This essentially also means I can get rid of my train intersection because that's gonna be the new solution, isn't it? Yeah. Alright then, let's freaking do this. I'm gonna put it a little further down than it was before. I'm so glad everything works so far. To make this easy for me right now, I'm not gonna bother with fixing up the highway. I'm just gonna connect it like so, and we're gonna take care of the highway another time. We're coming in with the train from this direction, so I think we can hook this up again, and we want to then split off the two tracks. Let's see, I guess we have to do something before that in order to make this curve make sense. So we might want to go down, do a slight curve, and then curve back into this road. That could be a possibility. Doesn't look too shabby. Yeah, I mean, it works out. What do you think? Let's now finish the freaking train track. And I guess we could split off right at this point. So one track is gonna follow the road, join up with you. And then we somehow have to find our way across the highway. That's not gonna be easy, but there is a connection point right here. And then we go back in. Nice. I can go across without a pillar. That is going to make things substantially easier to hook up. Then we only have to swap around this track and we're absolutely golden. That's how we want to set up each direction. So the next one would be this external connection. Until I have the next tile unlocked, I'm not gonna bother making this nice looking. So all we're gonna do is hook you up and we're gonna hook you up. Swap this around. Good enough. I'm kind of hesitant to unpause the game. Last time I unpaused the game in such a moment, I had to wait for 30 minutes until the traffic cleared up again. Yeah, actually there's an outside connection we haven't hooked up just yet, but I already know where to go with that. We want to give them access right here, and they also need a way to go down. Made my save game, let's unpause and see what happens. Yeah, flying trains, that was the first thing I expected. No, I see a problem. Some trains are despawning, and since I have a mod that doesn't allow that, there is a problem here. Okay, now hopefully they're not despawning anymore. Yeah, looks good. Already... No, this guy despawned. There's still a mistake. I hate it. There we go. Okay, I found it. I found, well, at least another one. So my intersection is far from perfect. Please don't despawn anymore. Okay, well, they can go up. That's working. They can go straight. That's working too. Can I get one that's going down, please? Yes, okay, going down as well. I think we got a working intersection now. Jeez. But that was a lot of fun to actually, you know, design it in the asset editor instead of in the game, being a little bit more under stress. So what I hope to achieve with this is if we don't have any more clogging up situations in this intersection, which technically should happen much less now, this should automatically eliminate all of our other problems we currently have with the cargo. Well, at least those cargo stations are already empty. Now we have to wait for those ones to clear up. But the trains don't have an issue getting out of the stations anymore. Well, maybe except for this guy. Did I set something here? I might have tried something with the stop signs. No, it has disappeared. No, there we go. There's a stop sign. I don't think we actually need that. I just wanted to see how they react. I guess there's still, you know, the little few things to fix. I just don't want anything to overlap or have a too edgy edge. Like, you could definitely go down a bit. Yeah, I think. As long as the trains still fit beneath it without colliding. Yeah, much smoother. I like it. What happened with this pillar? I wondered. Okay, that's not so good. Come on, pillar, go back. Yeah, guys, overall, I have to say, I really like it. At least it's working the way I wanted it to. There are just a few more things to fix, but it's just, you know, details. Okay, one last thing we definitely have to fix is how we get into the district. Let's send people over here and bring them back from there. But it's not so good if they all want to go into this road, at least not this way. Let me get rid of that shelter, let's just move it. Okay, we are back. It is once again the next day. I'm actually gonna wrap up this video very soon. It just makes sense thematically, and then I can at least record another video for the next day. So today's Tuesday, and hopefully we're gonna have one for Wednesday as well. The way I solved this intersection is with some kind of a roundabout system around the two metros. I did have a lot of troubles with the people crossing the streets and just clogging everything up. And what you're looking at right now is a configuration that actually worked. So we have highways all the way around, and right here I had to implement a 6-lane road. Also, if we have a look at the intersection, it is most of the time smooth. I mean, I know sometimes the trains still have to wait. You cannot really avoid that. But they never get into a situation where they have to turn left and another train that is going straight is in the way. And that was the biggest issue, if you know what I mean. Also, the forestry station has cleared up, and right here this has cleared up as well. So if we have a look at our traffic right now, 83%. I wonder where that's coming from. Oh yeah, by the way, I made a horrible mistake. While looking at this intersection, I forgot to reconnect the power lines, which by the way aren't permanent. Don't worry about that. The power lines are gonna disappear as soon as we have better power connections. Also, I'm sure I'm gonna get comments about stuff like that. This is all gonna be fixed eventually. You know, that's how I work. I like to build things and then come back to them every now and then. That's just how I do it. But I had to suffer horrible consequences from the fact that I didn't hook up the power. All of these buildings, I mean every single last one of them got abandoned, and that's why we are redeveloping this area right now. Oh well, I guess stuff happens. What I'm gonna focus on in the next video is definitely to reach the next milestone. That is gonna be one of my next goals. So since we cannot unlock another tile, we will have to decide on another location for residential buildings. So maybe at this point it's time to expand into this region, around the central park as well, and then maybe go slightly up here. Now, I would have liked to have a zoo in this area, but maybe that's not gonna happen for this district. And if I remember correctly, I also wanted a little bit of farming space here, a little farming industry to supply River Run with the goods. I also disabled the second cargo harbor. We only ever need that when we actually make a mistake. So maybe if I can avoid the mistakes in the future and not cut off a line, we can get rid of it again. Other than that, I'm pretty happy. There's one more thing we need to check out, and that is the public transport. Like, I just want to check. 600 passengers. Ah, yes, of course. I never told you about that, I think. I made a little bus route for the Olympus district in order to help with the upgrading, you know, just provide more services, and they leveled up to level 5. The buses essentially are just going around the district like the metro, and it looks as though right here this is a problem station here. Yeah, there are way too many people here. I mean, we could go with even more buses, but it's already extreme enough if you ask me. I mean, 30 buses all the way around here. Yeah, I mean, it's fluctuating. Right now it's just 100 passengers left. Sometimes I think I can take it. Let's not add any more buses. That's just unrealistic. Checking my tram routes, maybe the womb could use more vehicles. Let's actually see. No, that's looking good. The public transport is just so crazy. Yeah, all the old lines seem to be doing just fine, and I'm not surprised about that, because once you have developed an area to its maximum potential, After that, there shouldn't be too much of an increase in public transport usage. It's already at the max, there's not gonna be much more traffic after that. Right now, I seem to have deleted the train lines. Okay, ferry lines, 107 passengers. Yeah, less and less people are using the ferries now. But I'm totally fine with that. We're gonna revamp the ferry system anyways. I want to hook this up with other parts of the city. For instance, we could also branch off from here, and we can also connect these two canals together. That was something that has been mentioned in the comment section a couple of times. Monorails are also being used, but I probably spent way more money than I'm getting from this. Let me see the metro again. Okay, Olympus here. Olympus farming. That is just a crazy amount of people. Yeah, we still have people waiting here. I think we're gonna need to up the cars here. Let's go to 20 cars. Then we also have a lot of people here. Looks like, no, they don't even have to wait for too long. But maybe 2 more cars wouldn't hurry. Did I say wouldn't hurry? I mean, wouldn't hurt. We seem to be doing fine into the other direction. That's good. Kindling industry, that's also fine. Well, I guess the rest is pretty acceptable. I mean, visually right now it looks pretty good with our traffic situation. I have no cars that are stopping unintended, except maybe this part right here could be an issue at the moment. That's why we're not closer to 90%. But yeah, I guess at 86% we can wrap up this video without a bad conscience. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you tomorrow. Have a great time. Bye bye.